All right. Hi, everybody. It is JM Partners, Jerry Metcalf, Bridget Posey, Adam Vickers, back this week. Hi, everybody. I guess I should let y'all say hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Happy summer.
Yes, happy summer. We are talking today about 3 things to know about what's driving value in Atlanta homes, or the 3 things that are. 3 things that are number 1, curb appeal, number 2, floor plans, number 3, the pull. And we're all going to give you some insight into what that means and what about those things are driving value. Number 1, this one's fun, curb appeal. Y'all know my analogy. Should I start there?
Yes, talk to your analogy.
So, what's that, Adam?
For the shoes?
The shoes.
Yes. The
You have to
shoes.
explain why though, but go ahead. Tell them what the shoes is.
Well, first of all, we'll talk about curb appeal. Curb appeal is the first thing you see when you pull up to a home. It is the first impression. The first impression, you can't change that until they've seen it 8 times. So let's get it right up front. And by the way, the last impression is the lasting impression. But on the first impression and the curb appeal, the most important things are the landscaping, number 1. Number 2 is the front door. Make sure that front door is quality and beautiful because they are going to open it, touch it, feel it, and it gives them the first experience of coming into the home. And lastly, but not least, the roof. The roof is everything. It's like the shoes. What your shoes are there. You don't have to look for them. They make a huge statement. The roof does the same. That's my take.
I mean, I couldn't agree more with that. I've seen personally with houses that the roofs are not, even if the material's different, it's not whether it's a shaker roof or a slate roof, but even if you have the composition roof, if it's dirty and just looks aged, there are companies that will clean it, come out and rejuvenate it and make it look new, and it changes the complete appeal of the home.
Exactly.
It changes everything. It's a huge statement. That's one of the first things people notice driving up.
And I think a lot of times people don't know they notice it, but they notice it. And as the price points get higher, the type of roof starts making a big difference too, and the style. Make sure the style of the roof, that's all common sense, but the style of the home, when you start looking at a home with a slate roof, especially as the price point goes up, or a home with a metal roof, or a home with a shake roof, which, by the way, we had the holiday home this year with the Da Vinci roof. That was the first true, what do we call that? I hate the word synthetic, but it wasn't true shake. It was, quote, fake shake, but it lasts longer, isn't flammable. That's not even advertising for them, but it was made a big difference.
It was beautiful. Fake or not, I don't care. It was gorgeous. I thought so.
Yep.
And the thing about that is these roofs and the new roofs they're making, you start getting to roofs that are beautiful, they last longer, they're lower maintenance, and they actually lower the expense in your utilities in the home, which carries, as an owner, it's amazing. And for the value and resale right now, because yes, it's a hot market, but the more competitive, or if you're looking, a lot of people are now looking at building and how do I get it right? These are the things to hone in on. Get your landscaping right, get your front door, obviously in the construction materials, but the front door and the roof and the landscaping are the biggest impact on that curb appeal. Number 2, the floor plans. Oh, the floor plans. So everybody loves open, but not too open. So what are we going to tell everybody about the floor plans? What do y'all have to share?
It just needs a flow. I think, especially, in this market, we are seeing more and more of your more modern, it's always hard to coin it contemporary, but nevertheless, your more modern homes. And sometimes I think you might want to take a step back and think, does it work for the masses?
Yeah. Well, I'm big on build a house that you love, but everybody, when they do that, if you don't love it, nobody will love it. But on the flip side of that, always look at what's like you said, Bridget, what's selling. So
well, quirky does not sell. Quirky and like funky doesn't sell as well as.
It doesn't carry value. But the floor plans, foyers are essential. Open floor plans, great, but we can't tell you as agents on the ground when we're showing houses, how many buyers will say, I still like an open floor plan, but I like some of them actually are wanting dining rooms again, but more importantly, they want that study, they want that home office, they want that Zoom room, they want the extra rooms, they want open and flowing, but they want some little pockets that can go away and read a book or watch TV or
They want a functional, open concept, one that has their ways to get away, to separate themselves, to get work done whenever they need to. So it's that functional, open concept. You still have the open feel, the airy, it flows well, but you can still break away whenever you need to.
Perfectly said. Adam nailed it. There we go. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Functionally open concept. Number 3, last but not least, y'all, this one is interesting and huge, and there are a lot of stats that apply to this, is the pool.
Yes, but we're still going to talk about outdoor living too, just in case.
We're going to, indoor, actually, you're right, Bridget, indoor, outdoor living. And in that indoor, outdoor living, if you look at like the comps, and if you were going to compare it with stats, the pool is the most obvious differentiator. But absolutely.
The pool is a huge price differentiator, 100% right now in Atlanta, 100%, right? I mean, any house with a pool, you really can't compare it to another house on the same street that's the same house but doesn't have a pool. It just, people are paying bukus of money for anything with a pool right now, which is awesome for those people who have a pool.
Here's a great example. We've had houses that, like, just as realtors, $500,000 home, if it has a pool, it's a $650,000 home. We had a home, 1.6 million, put in a pool, it was 2.1 million. Easy, all day long. So you're looking at least a 20% differentiator, and that is not an exaggeration.
Is that the one you're in? I think that's the actual one you're in. Is that the one on Peachtree Cover?
That's the one I'm in. Yeah. Yeah.
They put in a pool to sell, which was brilliant. Because their home called for a pool, and it was beautifully done.
It was. And it did have the functionally open concept for the floor plan. And it had has fabulous iron front doors. Like, it had the 3 things that drive value. It was a smaller home that sold for over $2 million because it had the 3 things that carry value in this market. Great way to bring it home, Bridget. So I think that sums it up. What else do y'all want to add to this before we close it out?
We don't want to forget why the pools are a big driver, because we're seeing, and we talked about this earlier, where a lot of the people moving to Atlanta right now are coming from either cold weather climates where they expect to have a pool, or they're coming from out west or Texas where everyone has a pool. So that's really what's driving the pools. And I know, Bridget, you mentioned this as well as Lee about how Atlanta's ratio of pools to homes is very low compared to other major cities, and especially in the South.
Right.
Well said again. Adam's nailing it.
We're closing that gap though.
Exactly. But Lee did say to us, but it's taking a lot. That's why people want pools. But back to your point, Adam, Lee said that these pools are demanding, we've got, 10% of homes in Atlanta have pools, and most in other markets, like Texas, is 40%. Is that the right stats? And so now coming into Atlanta, it's really, really driving the demand for pools as well. All right, awesome, everybody. So 3 things to know today: what's driving home values in Atlanta. Number 1, this is especially relevant when you're building, or in how to make sure your house is positioned for the highest value to buyers. Number 1, curb appeal. Number 2, floor plans. And number 3, indoor, outdoor livings, and really honing in on those pools. Thanks for joining us, y'all. 3 things to know.jmpartners.io. Adam Vickers, Bridget Posey, Jerry Mack, JM Partners.
Bye, guys.
Adam, you got to say bye.
I did. Say bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for listening to the JM Partners Atlanta Market Eavesdrop. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and share with your friends who might be moving or who just want to keep up with the latest on the Atlanta residential market. You can find us anytime online at jmpartners.io. That's jmpartners.io.